Hello and welcome to this Patreon exclusive video of my painting of Muck from Brand Brothers. As you can see in this painting, the sketch is already here, so I'm just adding a background to start out. I always use a gradient, and I choose colors that you can see in the reference image to the right. This way you get a nice starting point and you don't have to start from scratch. Traditional artists use this as well to take away all of the white from your canvas because your painting won't have pure white unless it's very, very bright. So this really helps as a first step. I'm starting with the base color on a separate layer. It's way too light here because I keep adding darker colors on top of it, so this was a bad choice, but it turns out alright in the end, no worries. I'm just filling it in here, just making sure to keep it clean. Next up, I'm making another different layer for the hair. Next up, I'm about to do something that I don't do very often. It's I make a selection of what will be his uniform, or most of his uniform. And it takes a while, but I will fill it up with a gradient for his uniform color, which you can see me do here. Here you can see me actually color some of the uniform. It's very dark, so it's pretty difficult to do, but I'll get there eventually. And then it's on to the eagle, which is also in the dark, so at the start you can see me kind of struggling to even find it. And it's very, very sloppy, but it'll get better in the end, I promise. And there it is. After this I move on to do some detailing on the watch, or the start of the watch anyway. You can see me kind of mess around trying to get it, but it's very basic still. It'll get better later too. After this I'm doing more uniform, just real quick, and then I start working on adding some more shape to the face and making it look a little bit more like Muck, which at this point it still doesn't. As you can see, it's kind of rough still. Feels all over the place, but it's working. Now I'm kind of starting on my biggest nightmare, which is the hand. And it's very difficult. It never gets any easier for me. Here you can see me adding more dimension to the hair. I'm using lots of brush strokes and rotating my canvas as well to make it easier for myself. Once again, you can see that the base color I chose was very, very wrong because it's much darker now. This is where it gets really interesting because before I was painting underneath my sketch layer and now I'm painting over it to create more lightness. It brightens up the colors because the sketch is very dark and the sketch is slowly disappearing from the face. After this you can see me zoom in and add more detail. It makes it easier to see which parts need more work. I'm cleaning up the hairline here, which is my arch nemesis, basically. Hairlines are hard to paint. Some eyes, it looks like. Next I'm cleaning up the face more. This is sped up a lot, by the way, but I'm kind of adding more details. Cleaning up a little bit, adding more texture. and color. I've zoomed out now to get a better picture of the face as a whole and adding more detail. Now we've zoomed back in to add details to the watch, which I've slowed down a little bit for you. I'm actually also working on his uniform, as you can see. I thought it was going to be just a watch, but oh, it's both. Look. Just adding some shading to the hand and the watch and the whatever the strap is called. Highlights, more hand shading stuff. I'm just creating more definition. And onto more uniform details. Sped up very fast. I suppose I felt brave here because I went back into the hand to try and fix it a little bit and make it more smooth. You tell me if it worked. More uniform. Even more uniform. I don't actually remember most of this. I'm cleaning up here. We're nearing the end. I'm going over layers and this deleting stuff I don't want, making sure the sketch is invisible, making smoother transitions and adding details to the eyes. That's about it. I've come to the least favorite part of the uniform here. I was really struggling with this bit. I don't know why. I've come back to the eagle now to make it better, add some details even though it's in the dark. But it's starting to look more like an eagle, I believe, I hope. I'm adding more details to the uniform here, which takes a long time, even though it doesn't feel that important. And some to the watch, it was really fun to do, and it makes all the difference for me to do this kind of stuff. So more to the face as well. I'm about to start adding the background, which is very rough. And you'll see what I do next is I use some Photoshop magic to blur the background, add some more details and blur it again. Here I'm starting to add even more details to the watch because I like it so much. As you can see, we've got a painting that looks very much like Muck right now, and I'm very pleased with it. I'm adding some color adjustments at the very end, and some final detailing is about to happen, but other than that, it's done, and I want to thank you for watching. Bye!